it's not that you're not in the right room. It's just that people aren't recognizing, right? Hey, just because people don't see me, that don't mean I ain't doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's it.
Keep doing it, and eventually they'll take notice. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Stephen Hill, and I play Theodore T.C. Calvin on Magnum PI, and this is When Zay Zay Met. And today, Zay Zay met me.
¿Qué pasa, como está mi gente? I am Zay Zay, and welcome to When Zay Zay Met. Today, we're meeting with an award-winning actor who's blessed us on just about every medium, guys, like from film to television, stage to web. And, you know, he says that he plays make-believe for a living, and it's an honor for him to do so. Well, it's an honor for me to watch, y'all, because I truly, truly enjoy this brother's work. The new season of his show, Magnum PI, is off to a roaring start on NBC, and today, he's here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, show your love. This is Stephen Hill.
Hello. Yo. Hey, matter of fact, you from New York, so we're going to take it back to the old school. Hey, I haven't done that in years. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Dougie Fresh, man. Dougie Fresh. Yo, that dude. Ooh, seminal in so many ways. We got to get him on the show for sure. I'll call you back when he comes on, man, and we'll just all have a conversation. Hey, yo, all right, with Dougie Fresh, you can just call me on for that. Just do that, and then I'll log off. Yeah. I love it. So we were talking about it, right? So you're from New York as well, part New York, part New Jersey. Tell me a little bit about what your experience was like growing up in the Northeast back in those days.
So for me, I was like, I didn't know. I should have known I wanted to be an actor. I had no idea, but I was just in Jersey. All my friends were doing sports, right? So in South Jersey, I went to the same like high school and middle school as like Carl Lewis, you know. So everybody ran track, everybody played football there, you know. It was like that. You know, in New York, nobody played football, right? Everybody you could just play basketball, right? You can't afford to play football in New York. A hoop and a ball is pretty much what you get.
It.
But you know, coming back and forth, I spent all my weekends and summers in Harlem, in Spanish Harlem, on 110th and First Ave. You know, so if you know 110th and First, you know 1199.
109th and Amsterdam. What?
Okay, yeah, so we right there. So you got to come to my side to get a good chopped cheese, because we really, we got the chopped cheese popping off early. You know what I mean? So, you know, going back from New York to Jersey, and at that time frame before the internet, right? Before everybody was kind of like glommed together in terms of their like style. You know, I would go to New York. I remember the old Patrick Ewings? I got a pair of them in the closet, actually.
Yes.
So the old Patrick Ewings, I remember coming back to South Jersey with those on, and people told me I was corny. They were like, what? I can't believe you got a sneaker with somebody's name on it like that. Like, they told me I was corny. And then the next year, everybody had a pair of them on. That was like my life growing up. It would be like I would get this little flavor and the style from New York, and then I would come back to South Jersey, and they would think I was crazy, but then it would trickle down. So that taught me early on that kids follow. They follow. So to always march to the beat of your own drum. And I'm going to say this now for other kids out there. I think that's one of the reasons why I never did drugs. You know, I've never done anything. I haven't even smoked weed. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I never did drugs, one, because I had some people in my family that did a little crack. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trying to do nothing like that.
Who amongst us, right? There but for the grace of God.
You know, I think it's important for me to say that every now and then to let kids know, like, oh, wow, that guy's pretty, you know, he's just successful in life and he never did drugs. So, you know, I put that out there every now and then.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you right now, neither have I. I have never partaken. Never partaken.
That's crazy.
And it's like what you said, right? It's to an extent, you gotta march to the beat of your own drum. Like, one of the things, love them or hate them, whatever you say, right? But every once in a while, there was a great line. And one of the lines that I got, that I always remember from Kanye is that you ain't up on this, right? Like, it's, you know, you get, it's one of those situations where you have to kind of like take ownership of you, march, like you said, march to your own drummer, and you know, whatever the haters say, but it's just because you ain't up on this yet. It's not because I'm wrong. Right?
And in that documentary about him, the biggest takeaway for me was he was in that Rockefeller office, in that Def Jam office, running around begging to be seen, and he wasn't seen by the people that were supposed to see him, right? So it's not that you're not in the right room, it's just that people aren't recognizing, right? So that also is like kind of like one of my mantras is that like, hey, just because people don't see me, that don't mean I ain't doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's it. You know? That's
Keep doing it, and eventually they'll take notice.
And one of the things when I'm reading up on you, when I'm reading when I'm reading and researching you, one of the things that I realize is that throughout your life you've run into a bit of adversity, right? Some walls here, some walls there, and you have successfully pivoted in your career to make things happen for yourself. And I also read that at one point you was like, I think I'm gonna quit, and then you didn't. What is it about you, or what do you think it is about you that gives you that drive, that gives you that energy, that gives you that strength to pivot and keep it moving?
I think I had a lot of jobs growing up. Okay. I always had a job. I mean, I'm talking about manual labor. I was just talking about this with a friend of mine recently, that I think kids should have to have jobs, you know, when they're growing up. And there gotta be some hard jobs, like cutting some grass, picking up some trash, you know what I mean? Mopping some floors, you know, that gives you an appreciation for things. So there was the one time that I wanted to quit. I played Jackie Robinson. I did a documentary that won some awards. Won best documentary at the Garden State Film Festival in Jersey. We were trying to turn it into a one-man show, and we did like some one-man show stuff, and we had some Broadway people looking at it. It just didn't really go anywhere. But when the movie 42 came around, I was like, that's it. This was all preparation for 42, right? And I never even got an audition for 42. And I just felt so broken up about it, because I put together a press kit. I took it to Jackie Robinson's wife. I did all this. I was just trying to get the audition. And I didn't even get an audition. I was just like, man, this career is just not fun. So I quit. So I quit for about 1 week, and then I got right back on it. You know, so it really wasn't quitting. I just took a break. I just took a little break.
You took a vacation.
But the reason why I got back on it was I realized, I was like, wait a minute. I've read Jackie Robinson's biography in preparation 3 times, right? And I'm like, he didn't have the option of quitting. You know, he was a real superhero. So I'm mad that I don't get to portray him, and I'm gonna quit because I can't portray him. Like, he actually had to live that life. So I'm like, you know what? I got a lot more life to live, and this one obstacle of not getting an audition that, you know, is not promised to me in the first place is not gonna make me stop.
I love that. I love that. So he inspired you to keep it moving.
Yes, he did.
That's amazing. As I'm also reading on you, I feel that you start to notice that acting isn't only really like acting for you, right? Like, it's a true passion for you. How do you find fulfillment in the work?
I was sitting in the helicopter just yesterday, right? We were shooting some helicopter scene. And
Come on, wait a minute, wait.
That was a flex. That was a little bit of a flex.
What I'm saying. Man, that 4 minutes ago, we talk about, New York City and people making fun of me for my sneakers, whatever. And I was sitting in a helicopter yesterday. And
let me tell you, the first day that I got on the set that I was on just yesterday, first day I drove the set in my new car, because I had finally bought a car after being out here for about 1.5 years. The first thing I played coming through was Hawaiian Sophie by Jay Zay. I blasted it, right? And then I played that Mace song. You know how he goes, "Spend time in HAWAII," right? So like, I was trying to bring my New York to Hawaii, but But no, so I'm sitting in the helicopter, me and Predator Weeks, we call it Purdy. We're sitting there, and one of our crew guys, he said, I never asked you guys for this, but do you mind if I take a picture of you guys in there and then also do a selfie? And I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. Come on, bro. Yeah. Right? And he took the selfie and he was like, yeah, I never want to bother you guys or whatever. And I said, look, man, none of us are guaranteed the next day, right? And it could be the last opportunity we have to be in this helicopter. This could be the last show that we're on. So I take it one day at a time, and I just try to be super appreciative every day, right? It's a blessing to have this kind of work, because I've been in the trenches. I know what it's like to be the actor that's just like, damn, what we doing today? Damn, I wish I was working on the show. Or, you happy as hell to get to stand next to the actor in the show. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this extra work, and I was standing right next to Sean Penn. You know what I mean? Like, I remember saying that, So, being the series regular is not something I take lightly.
Yeah. Is perseverance, right? That piece of advice that, all actors who've made it give to up and comers, right? When they ask that question, what advice would you give, right? It's always like, oh, just hang in there, perseverance. Is there more to it than that?
There's so much information out there now, right? And you'd be surprised. I tell the advice. I have a mentee here. She's actually been on the show. Her name's Adrienne Wilson. She had a pretty cool episode on the show. I learned a lot from her, but she definitely learns a lot from me. And one of the things I tell her is a lot of it is like laws of attraction and manifestation, right? But one thing that surprised her is I tell her all the time, I said, you work really hard, and a lot of people, you work harder than a lot of actors I know that are on and getting, good paychecks and good roles. So I said, just keep doing that, because I've done, I've been like a reader in auditions before, and you'd be surprised. I remember one time I did this huge cattle call, 300 people. I saw 300 people with this director, and in the sides it says, that the character slaps the guy, right? So they were like, whatever you do, don't slap my reader. I got slapped about 20 times that day. I got slapped the taste out of my mouth too. Like, oh my God, like heads whipping and everything, right? So I was like, damn, nobody that slapped me that was automatic, like you're not in there. Okay. But out of 300 people, I remember there were like 5 people that were like really memorable, Yeah. So to any up and coming actor, I would say, don't get bogged down by the numbers, right? People say, oh, everybody's out there trying to act. Yeah, everybody's trying to act, but not everybody's good. Just concentrate on trying to be good. Like as good as you can, and then set yourself apart.
For sure. All right, Magnum PI. I was talking with Amy just the other day, and she was telling me how amazing the move has been to NBC. How do you think that move to NBC is making the show flourish?
Oh man, NBC has been phenomenal, right? I didn't know what to expect. NBC was already phenomenal, actually, because, they took me to, they were in charge of the international aspect of our show at one point with NBC Universal. And then one of my alumni is over there at NBC, Rashida Jones. She's on the news portion of NBC. Yep. So, I got a love for NBC, but they brought me out to the, there's a film festival in Monaco, and I got to take my dad. It's my first time being in Europe, and my dad's first time being in Europe. So that was just probably the most incredible trip I've ever taken him on or been on with him, other than maybe like Disney World when I was a kid, So, you know what I'm saying? So I really, really have a love for NBC. I have a love for both networks, and then all the other networks. I got friends that are working on different networks, so it's not NBC versus CBS thing for me, but it's a deep appreciation for what they're doing. Like even little tiny things, like, on Instagram, they've put up like some cool emojis. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, I've been waiting for an emoji for 5 years. Like, you guys actually have emojis now. You got like cool backgrounds, and whoever is working on the ladies that I've met so far that are working on PR over there are incredible. And
nice.
I'll do whatever they want me to show up for, because I'm just very appreciative.
Very cool. All right, do me a favor. They're wrapping me up. 15 seconds. Right. Sell me Magnum PI. Why do I need to watch this new season?
Magnum PI, when you get canceled on the show, you go, what? You try to cancel me? You can't cancel me, dog. We're going to put pen to paper, and we're going to put the best show out there that we could possibly put out there. So tune in, because you do not want to miss Magnum PI this season. Boom!
I appreciate you so much, brother. Thank you so much for taking the time, man. I can't wait to talk to you again.
Oh, thank you, man. Me too.
Continued success, man, and I appreciate all the years of entertainment.
Yo, man, chop cheese on me when I get home, bro.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm ready.
All right, cool.
Be easy. Thanks.
Peace.
Thank you all so much for watching When Zay Zay Met. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified when we upload more conversations with celebrities and other interesting people. Now, if you'd like to see your favorite celebrity on the show, it's simple. Just tell us who that is by leaving us a comment down below. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Hasta la próxima. Lo quiero del corazón.